Have you ever heard your body speaking to you? Not with words, of course, but perhaps through tiredness, through cravings, perhaps through a waistline that seems to be changing, or perhaps through blood pressure that is creeping upwards. Perhaps through a blood test where someone has quietly said, "Your blood sugar is a little high." The question is, are we listening? Hello friend, and welcome back to the Plant Powered Life. I'm Norma Elaine and I'm a qualified lecturer, health educator and advocate for plant powered living. Now, one of the things I'm very passionate about is taking health information that can sometimes feel complicated or overwhelming and making it simple, practical and meaningful for everyday life. Now that brings me nicely to something that happened this morning. I found myself having a conversation with a group of ladies about insulin resistance and metabolic health. Now, what actually fascinated me wasn't just the subject, it was the way that people responded to me. You see, some were concerned, some were curious, some had questions, and some were simply saying or making it really obvious that that's not for me. So let me ask you the same question. When you hear words such as insulin resistance, prediabetes or high blood sugar, what happens inside you? How do you feel? Do you feel concerned? Do you feel confused? Or perhaps a little agitated? Or maybe you might just think, well, that's not for me. You see, this morning reminded me that when we talk about metabolic health, we aren't really talking about laboratory numbers. We're talking about people like you, like me, mothers, grandmothers, sisters, friends, people who are busy caring for everybody else and perhaps haven't spent very much time thinking about what their own body needs. Maybe that's you. And if it is, I want you to take one thought away from this conversation today. You don't have to wait for a conversation or a diagnosis before you start taking care of yourself. Furthermore, you do not need fear to motivate you. You see, understanding can motivate you, awareness can motivate you, and one small decision today can become something much bigger 6 months from now. So tonight, tomorrow morning, or whenever you're watching this, please ask yourself, what has my body been trying to tell me? Then ask one more question. What can I do to support it? Maybe the answer is food, maybe it's movement, maybe it's rest. Maybe it's finally booking that appointment that you've been putting off. But whatever it is, please listen, because sometimes our bodies whisper before they shout. The conversation I had with the ladies this morning was really interesting. There was one lady in particular who said, "I'm really not the one to be talking about health because I know what I should do, but I don't do it. Furthermore, I'm overweight and I've got all these problems, but I comfort eat and I do all kinds of things, and I like my food." And she was really making so many excuses for not looking after herself. There was another lady who actually said, "I don't really want to lose weight. I know I should lose weight, but I've done it before, and what happens is this. I have to keep buying different clothes. And so I'm not going to bother with it anymore because I just think it's a waste of money." And I said to her, a waste of money to buy clothes that will now fit you? I couldn't understand her logic. Now, at some point in the conversation, we started to talk about lifestyle. We moved away from losing weight. And that made me realize something. Perhaps the conversation really doesn't have to be about losing weight. No, that's not the conversation. The conversation needs to be about, how do I feel? What has the doctor told me that I need to do? One of the ladies said to me, I was told that I do need to lose weight, but I'm just not motivated. And then for some reason, the conversation shifted. She wanted to know something about me and my relationship with food and weight loss. So I told her my story. And when I told her my story, I said, the conversation is not really about losing weight. It's about taking care of ourselves and nourishing ourselves well. She wanted to know what I meant by that. Well, I told her about a whole food plant-based lifestyle and how, in a nutshell, for me, losing weight was a blessing. It was as if it was a side effect to the fact that I had become whole food plant-based. She became very interested, and I was able to have a conversation about what nourishing our bodies can really be like on a whole food plant-based diet. Adding, building, and creating. But it was very clear from the conversation that I had with the ladies this morning that they were concerned about their health. And the longer we conversed, the better their understanding became. And guess what? They showed that they were now motivated to do something about it. In fact, they revealed that they were more motivated to do something about their health. And so, one small decision today can become something much bigger 6 months from now. And the question was, well, what can I do to support my body? That was the question. And I'm asking you, what can you do to support your body too? Maybe it's finally booking that appointment you've been putting off with your doctor. Whatever it is, please listen. So remember this, insulin resistance can begin developing before blood glucose rises high enough for someone to be diagnosed with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. So now you know that, please listen to your body. Nourish it, move it, care for it. Add, build, and create. Add something nourishing, build on what you're already doing well, and create a lifestyle that helps you to become healthier and stronger. The plant-powered lifestyle, the ABC method, can help you to do just that. It's in the description below. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you in the next video. Please give me a like if you found value in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.